Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about understanding the main problem in St. Vincent. As a Vincentian, I am the least bit proud of the actions I observed. Although I am not proud of the Prime Minister due to his low rate of success, his lack of transparency which incites corruption and abuse of power. I am ashamed on all fronts. I am ashamed of the Prime Minister for his abuse of power, and I am ashamed of the violence and destruction and arson. It is clearly obvious to me that in St. Vincent we suffer from a predisposition of a self-destructive vicious cycle. A cycle in which we repeat the same process and tactics every 15 to 20 years when the nation reaches its breaking point, where we take to the streets and protest for change. I strongly support and advocate protests for rights, liberty, and justice. I am not in favor, however, of protests for change. I don't believe that Vincentians know exactly what it is that they want. Let me explain. We take to the streets, wreak havoc, chaos, danger, violence for change. But what do we want? All we are doing is exchanging one party for another, taking power from one small group of people and giving it to another small group of people who, when elected, just swap one set of person for another set of person to fill the same set of jobs. This only serves to benefit a small group of people. And those at the bottom remain at the bottom, and the majority suffers, and we repeat it all again in 15 to 20 years. It seems to me that we should be advocating for a government that gives power back to the people. In St. Vincent, nothing is built on meritocracy. The entire system is built on favoritism, and until we break that cycle, it doesn't matter who we elect. The government will continue to fail, and the majority will continue to suffer. Instead of being rewarded by their merits, their accomplishments, their intelligence, and hard work, they're instead being rewarded by a corrupt system of favoritism. The larger issue, however, is not the problems we're facing, but the solutions to the problem. The first thing we're doing wrong is we rely on government to create jobs. I cringe every time I hear the government say, or a party says that they're going to create jobs, and we shout and cheer. The role of the government is not to create jobs. Even though many, if not most, of the jobs in St. Vincent are public sector jobs or therefore government jobs. And both parties uses this to maintain power and control so that their base supporters have an income, hence the continued favoritism. This is because the government itself is limited in its resources and ideas. The private sector are the ones who take risks, start businesses, and have ideas. The role of the government is to give the power back to the people by enacting legislation that empowers the private sector. This is the only real way that we can lower unemployment and reduce poverty. But we've yet to understand this, or maybe we don't want to, or maybe the government don't want to, because God forbid that the people aren't dependent on the government for their survival, because maybe then they'll actually make unbiased, informed decision about who to elect for their best possible future, and not a decision based on fear of loss as a survival mechanism. So the best tool for job creation is the free market private sector, thereby shifting the power away from the government and back to the people. It is both impractical and impossible to expect the government to create enough jobs to cover all areas of employment. No government in the world is capable of doing this. We need to end favoritism and support meritocracy and empower the private sector. The private sector is the people. I know last time I said my next video would be about my ideas, and this is leading right into my ideas, which I will cover in my very next video. Thank you for watching.